Good evening. I finally finished my 2011 to-do list, which is a list of things I want to do in this coming up year.
Does it include shaving?
Screw you, Tony. This list will be a very open list. This is just things I've thought up before this year, so it is open to change according to my opinion. And there's no particular order I'm going to do these in. And if I feel like doing something else, I probably add it to it. This first thing is a generic New Year's Eve resolution, is to lose weight.
It's about time you lost some weight, Lord S.
Hey, that's not necessary.
I say, screw what is healthy. Do what you want. Eat, drink, and be merry.
I agree to a point. There is no reason for you to drive yourself crazy to match some arbitrary view of physical perfection.
Trust me, I'm not looking for physical perfection. Although I am doing it mostly out of vanity. Look up fat cosplayers on Google if you want to know what I mean.
And then gouge out your eyes.
The first part of the plan is to completely cut out mom. You can all just go to hell. The second part of the plan is kind of like the Subway diet, except for I'm not going to actually go to Subway. I'm going to buy sandwiches at work from the deli.
You are doing the Mark 6 variant again, aren't you?
Kind of. Yeah.
You haven't told him yet.
If you want to tell him yourself, be my guest. But every year for Halloween, I tell people I'm going to show up in this really badass costume, and it usually fails because I'm crunching right at the deadline. So this year I'm going to start really early and hopefully get that done in time this year. Before I talk about any animes I'll be watching, I wanted to mention a couple things. I only watch English dubs. First of all, I don't speak Japanese or understand the Japanese language. Would love to, but I just don't. And I don't watch subs for a very interesting reason. I'll put link the video into the description. Any animes I'll be watching, I'll be buying the DVD collection for. It is a very expensive option, but downloading BitTorrents, they're illegal, and if my internet company finds out I'm downloading illegal BitTorrents, they will turn off my internet. And I'll link a very interesting story about that into the description as well. Another reason I don't download BitTorrents, you're never really guaranteed a very good quality of video. You're not sure even if what you're downloading is really what you're downloading, you know what I mean? Now I just have to decide which anime I'm going to watch first.
You have got to be joking.
You better choose carefully, or Haruhi is not going to be happy.
Thou shalt not have any anime before me.
Holy hell! Fine. The first series I'll watch is The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. I was introduced to this series by watching KHF's video. He was really impressed with this series, and after watching a couple episodes around the internet, I have decided to invest more time and money into watching this series. A series I just recently discovered and watched most of it on Hulu is Soul Eater. Unfortunately, they didn't have every episode, so I'm gonna have to find the DVDs for it. A series that I liked as a kid, and I still kind of do, is Digimon. But the rarity of the DVDs might make it hard to do a review on. Currently, my favorite series is Bleach, which probably shows my knowledge of the genre. And then finally, Death Note. It has a interesting premise, and although I've never seen any actual episodes, but I have seen a lot of clips on AMV Hell. Alright, I think that'll do it for anime. Next up is movies. I will mainly be doing movies that I already own. I feel slightly obligated to do this opinion review because I'm doing the costume from this movie. And the movie is Iron Man 2. Probably not the greatest comic book movie, but still really interesting in my opinion. After that, I plan on doing a series of reviews on the Lord of the Rings trilogy. These movies blend in so well that you could probably write one review for them, but hey, where's the fun in that, right? Another series of movies I would like to review is the Pirates of the Caribbean series. Although it's more of how a series can go so badly downhill. A couple movies that I'm looking forward to reviewing would be Batman Begins and Dark Knight. Dark Knight's a little overrated in my opinion, but I'll talk about more in that video. Next up is my favorite movie from 2010, and The Book of Eli. I love the ending in this movie. I just hope I can talk about it without giving too much away. Although I get the feeling that Trekkies hate this film, I actually like Star Trek, and I'm pretty sure this is what the original series was supposed to be like. Alright, I'm starting to hate the sound of my own voice, so I'm going to wrap it up with video games. Like with movies, I will mostly be reviewing games I already own. This makes it easier because I've already played most of them, mostly.
But you suck at video games.
True, but that doesn't mean I can't have a opinion on them. The first game is Halo 3.
Hell yeah.
I'm not really sure why I love this series so much. The storyline isn't much, and the enemies aren't really fleshed out, but they are fun to shoot at. The next two video games are some of my favorite video games. It's Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. Vegas has some issues that I'll talk about in its video, but Fallout 3 was one of my favorite games ever. The story in this next game is freaking amazing. It is Metal Gear Solid 4. Once you start playing it, it will devour your soul. It's impossible to stop watching this game, for me anyways.
The hour-and-a-half long cutscenes help with that. Hell, it's not a game, it's an interactive movie.
And finally, the last games I'll be talking about is the Arthur. I'm not sure if that's the right one that way. But the series will be the Mass Effect series. If you'll forgive some wonky views of the laws of physics, it is a really, interesting and fascinating storyline. Alright, that's pretty much the plan for what I'll be doing in 2011. Again, I'll say that there's no real order to these, or if I will do each one, or I might add some if I find something interesting. While doing this, I've discovered two things. One, I'm not going to get bored this year. And two, I take way too damn long to make these videos. Whew.